Hey everyone, welcome back to the Whit-Acre Way. In this episode, we're going to talk about building some benches. So this project was actually a project of mine last year before we started taking video and started our YouTube channel. But I did take a few before and after photos, so I thought it would be cool to just talk about the project and show what I did to refurbish some of the benches that we had on our property. So one of these benches was actually a bench that I think Larry had picked up for free off the side of a road or somewhere. I can't actually remember where he got it from, but it was sort of a freebie that was sort of falling apart at the time, and we used it here and there. We used it probably for about a year or two, and then when we bought our property, we brought it with us, and it was really getting in bad shape last year. And then when we also had two other benches on this property, one of which was also falling apart. So I did a little research and said, rather than totally scrapping these, why not refurbish them? And so I kept all the metal parts to it and just figured out what size wood I needed and refurbished the wood part, keeping the metal parts as they were. So I didn't do any refinishing to the metal parts. I cleaned them up a little bit, but I sort of liked the rustic look to them. Here is one of them. And so this was the one that we actually had and we brought to our cabin. And so I have this by a couple pine trees overlooking the field. So this is one of my favorite spots just to sit and watch. The deer like to come in the evening time, and you can see some of the hillsides over there. And then the second one is actually down by the pond here. So we'll take a little walk. See the fountain going there. The fountain is actually just powered by that solar panel up there. So you can see here is the second bench. Again, this one was falling apart, and they actually had cemented this into some of the rocks here, so it took a little bit of getting out and getting the frame out, but we did get it apart and refurbished this one as well. So again, all the metal parts, all the framing is the same. All I replaced were the wooden boards and the bolts. So I believe it was just some 1x3s is basically what I got, and some new bolts. Took a little bit of work to get some of the old rusted bolts off, but there it is. And then I sealed it with some water seal. I probably need to either seal it or stain them again, but they're at least sittable now. Before you couldn't even sit on some of these because they were falling apart so much. So I have a few pictures here I'll put in the video of the before and after so you can see what I did. But it was a fun little project, and I enjoy sitting either in front of the pond watching the fish, the frogs, the fountain there, or sitting up in the field. There's also a bench across the field, which you can see there. It needs cleaned up a little bit, but the wood is actually pretty solid still. It just needs probably a good power wash. But that one sits on the other side of the pond. Thanks for watching.